1. FCT Minister inspects Court of Appeal projects, express satisfaction.
I'm very much impressed with what I've seen.
Parade of 5 suspects. NSCDC commits to safeguard Nigeria's resources.
So what they do is they look for a moment where the ground is soft and they dig.
And correspondent takes a look at the 2024 International Day for Prevention of Child Abuse, with focus on raising more awareness. Hello and welcome to the news at 1 p.m. coming to you on NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Remember, you can watch us live on YouTube at NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has expressed satisfaction with the level of construction work at the FCT division of the Court of Appeal project in Daikibu area of Jabi district. The minister also disclosed that compensation funds for structures impeding the construction of the Kuje dual carriageway from the Airport Expressway are ready for payment. Onoze Yakubu reports that it was during the inspection of ongoing projects. The report.
First was the project site for the FCT division of the Court of Appeal, where the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike was taking around the different components of the project, including the access road. Thereafter, the minister went to Kuje to see things for himself concerning the issue of compensation on structures impeding the ongoing road construction from the Airport Expressway to Kuje town, which he says amounts to ₦1 billion.
They're progressing as expected. By the grace of God, we believe that September next year, the contractor would have handed over the structure, which is Abuja division of the Court of Appeal. I'm very much impressed with what I've seen. I can also see the construction of the road leading to that edifice. And the contractor is also doing everything possible to see that he beats up to the time. The entire estimate they gave is about 1.something billion, well, 1.1 billion. And to pay for those whose property are affected, like some of these buildings you have seen here, down to the community. So it's about 1.1 billion, and we are going to make it available so that the contractor will not find any excuse for delay.
In another development, the minister says he has fulfilled the federal government's commitment by approving the new minimum wage for FCTA staff with the payment of 3 months arrears. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
About 100 young women are set to break barriers and venture into fields generally believed to be the exclusive reserved for men. This is following the training they received in pop techniques, painting, and entrepreneurs courtesy of the Alice Wani Development Foundation in collaboration with the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. Ramat Abdullahi reports.
Gift Egbele is a professional painter, a vocation she carries out with all sense of pride.
I love it. Whenever you wake me, even from the sleep, I wake up and I carry my roller and brushes and I paint with excitement, with joy.
Surrounded by about 100 young girls, including youth corps members and university and secondary school students, Gift is training them on the practical steps of producing paint. Building and construction industry is one area believed to be lucrative, investable, and sustainable. So these girls not only painted, but learned practical steps to make plaster of Paris, POP design, and others.
It shows me that as long as I'm willing to go over the hard works and not all into aesthetics, I can really make a living for myself.
The expectation is for them to believe in their capacity and venture into the profession of choice for self-reliance.
So as a foundation, we want to see how we can create that inclusivity for the women. We want to create this awareness. We want to make people be able to know that as a woman, you can rent your self-contained apartment as a student and paint it by yourself without giving it out to someone.
It's not easy to see female gender in the construction industry, but I can see the passion, I can see the interest, I can see the commitment, the determination from all of you. Let's appreciate our ladies.
In her keynote address on women and youth development, Director of Taxpayer Services, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Dr. Lovette Ononuga, inspired the girls to set goals and pursue their dreams vigorously.
Getting rid of self-limiting thoughts. You know, those thoughts that tell you there are things you can do and things you cannot do. Go find out for yourself.
Certificates were presented to them at the end.
Founder and Executive Director of Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action, Dr. Uju Agomo, has called on government, policymakers, stakeholders, and the public to join the organization Power in promoting human rights and rehabilitation to prioritize prison reforms, address overcrowding, and ensure access to justice. Sandra Akeme reports that Dr. Uju made this call during a press briefing with the media in Abuja.
The Prisoners Rehabilitation and Welfare Action, PRAWA, a leading non-governmental organization, held a press conference to kickstart celebrations marking its 30th anniversary. The executive director of PRAWA, Dr. Uju Agomo, while addressing journalists, highlighting the organization's achievements and challenges over the past 3 decades, notes that PRAWA has worked tirelessly to promote human rights and reintegration of prisoners and ex-offenders.
There were people who were innocent. I was shocked by the fact that even those who said they were guilty, that when you look at the stories around them, you knew that the society needed to do something about them. Same also for those who are innocent. But the question is, what exactly is the society doing for them?
PRAWA unveils plans for its 30th anniversary of service, demonstrating commitment to creating a just and humane society, such as National Conference on Prison Reform and Rehabilitation, among others.
Those programs include: 1, a workshop that will focus on enhancing the productivity and the sustainability of correctional, vocational, and agricultural centers. The aim of this particular workshop is to begin to see how do we make correctional centers a place where people can pick up skills, a place where people can produce things that are viable.
Meanwhile, an award of excellence was given to Dr. Uju by a coalition of Northern Youth Forum of Nigeria for her selfless service to humanity. In Abuja, Sandra Akeme, NTA News.
Child abuse has been a subject of global concern over several decades, with nations and governments formulating policies to raise awareness on the social problem and find ways to prevent it. Tessio Mary tells us more.
With 1 out of 9 girls and 1 out of 20 boys globally experiencing abuse before age 18, the need to prevent these sexual abusers from perpetrating this ungodly act becomes imperative. And this is why the United Nations set aside 18th of November every year to raise awareness on the prevention and healing from child sexual exploitation, abuse, and violence. These special abuses can be physical contact, exposure to pornographic materials, and exploitation through the technology. The sad reality about this act is that the perpetrators are mostly trusted individuals or family members, hence the need for vigilance by parents and caregivers.
People should be educated more. You don't have to force yourself on somebody because it causes a lot of trauma.
This act often leaves lifetime stain on such children and sometimes find it difficult to fit into the society.
You know, many times when it happens, the victim is now the villain. The victim is blamed. The person already traumatized, and you need to have a way to support the person and see to the healing process that can take place over time through counseling, through therapy by professionals, through community support, family support.
The goal of this observance is to stop it before it happens, and these can be achieved if all stakeholders get to the root cause and work to change some of our cultures to the one that promotes safety and also encourage children to speak out, and offenders should be adequately punished. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
The Deputy Commissioner of Police FCT Command, DCP Isia Kusharu, says with requisite support from the FCT Minister, the command is succeeding in clamping down on criminals in the nation's capital. DC Sharu was responding to questions on the security check program called the Police on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Aisha Bashir brings us excerpts.
Slums and activities of scavengers have often constituted threat to security in the FCT. DC Isiako Sharu explained that the recent sweep-up operations to eradicate shanties, slums and scavengers from the city has brought respite to the situation, are assured that the effort also include continued clampdown on one-chance activities.
The scavengers that, ravaging those areas, we have moved you are aware that there is an existing joint task force. We are working in synergy with all the security agencies to ensure that we take good care of all those urban slums. And the scavengers, quite a number of them have been taken off the streets. So also the destitute, the beggars, and all whatnot. We are working in collaboration and synergy with the Social Development Secretariat of the FCT. Yes, so we're good to go.
Some residents who called in on the program highlighted areas or challenges in the suburbs calling for attention.
I want to commend the police first of all and the great job that the support that they are getting from the FCT minister. Great job, Wiki. I think what I want to suggest is for the police to be a bit proactive. We should have the means of going to where the get this things at what do you call this thing?
The scavengers colony.
And wherever. When they get them, before they take off, they should be able to have uniformed police officers.
The senior police officer advised residents to be more security cautious, especially as the Ember Month festivities approach its peak. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
And in what was described as a significant crackdown on vandalism, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC FCT Command has made a major breakthrough, arresting 5 suspects along the Katampe-Kubwa Expressway. Kama Kama brings the details of the successful operation, which highlights the Corps' unwavering commitment to safeguarding Nigeria's vital resources.
Commander Olusola Odumosu revealed that the operatives made the arrest during a routine patrol on Tuesday, October 22, 2024, in locations across the capital city, including Otako, Mabuchi Bridge, Galadimawa Road, Idu Industrial Area, Kubwa Expressway, and Moshood Abiola Stadium as at night.
Remember that most of these heavy cables are usually buried, in the ground. So what they do is they look for moments where the ground is soft and they dig down into the heads to remove these hammered cables. Those are the cables that you can see over there.
4 of the suspects were caught in the act of vandalizing streetlights, bridge rails, communication marks accessories, gadgets, armored cables, and other critical national assets.
They were buried in the ground. He was caught in the act on hurting them. And while trying to escape, he was nabbed by my men and brought here. These are the exhibits, as you can see.
Exhibits recovered from the intercepted vandals were displayed, and Commander Olusola Odumosu hinted that efforts are underway to uncover the receivers and beneficiaries of the vandalized items.
The command made extra effort to uncover the beneficiaries of these unlawful activities. Of course, you'll all agree with me that if there are no ready buyers, most of this vandalism will not take place.
NSCDC Commander Odumosu issued a stern warning to vandals, scavengers, and other criminals, pledging tireless effort to protect public infrastructure and maintaining peace and security within the capital territory. Kama, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Still to come on the news. Day highlights the importance of access to clean, safe, and sustainable sanitation. These and more after the break.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me. And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
We celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
Jama'a barkanmu da wannan
The news station NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
Just a rare gem. Join us for a night of tributes in honor of our dear colleague, Joy Osiago.
I am Joy Osiago. Read it.
On Wednesday, November 20, 2024, at the NTA Arena, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. Time is 5 p.m.
Good to know you're there. We have returned, just like that one leper in the Bible, to give thanks and hand over the association to God for the success of having female military veterans in Nigeria. These were the words of the retired but not tired female military veterans during their Thanksgiving service at the Mountain of Fire and Miracle Church. Rosemary Moltelem Bilal reports.
It is a season of celebrations to God for sparing their lives during their meritorious service in the military for 35 years and still keeping them alive. These women said they cannot thank God enough. The biggest reason that calls for this celebration is the fact that the women desire having the association in Nigeria for a long time, but it was made possible only in 2024. One of its kind in Africa and Nigeria, with only 5 branches in the world, the Female Military Veterans Association of Nigeria came to existence on the 11th of November 2024 with the sole aim of bringing retired female military together from different locations in Nigeria.
The association is for us to help ourselves, the female veterans, and to see into our situation. Just in form of helping ourselves, reach out to ourselves.
They said most time after retirement, everybody is forgotten and they don't want that to continue happening.
We want to make them to feel that even if they are retired, they are not tired. You understand? So the association is meant for the whole world to know that we are still in touch with ourselves with the team spirit of military veterans. And all over the world, we only have 4. Nigeria is the first in Africa to have this association.
Retired, serving, and friends of the retired female military laud the initiative.
Without the female veterans, when they were serving, soldiers and the officers, when wounded in the war front, you need these people, the nurses, the caterers, to give them food, to support them, treat them, and they'll get back on their feet again. And some of them are also prayer warriors. They'll be praying for them in the field. I thank God that today they have remembered and they have formed this association, and I believe it will go far.
They also used the opportunity to call on government at all levels and good-spirited individuals to come to their aid by supporting the vision. Rosemary Moltelem Bilal, NTA News.
Now let's talk sanitation. The Abuja Environmental Protection Board joins the global community to mark 2024 World Toilet Day, highlighting the importance of access to clean, safe and sustainable sanitation. Asebe Williams has details.
The Abuja Environmental Protection Board is commemorating World Toilet Day, highlighting the vital role sanitation plays in safeguarding public health and the environment. Director Brima Osilama reaffirms the board's commitment to providing a clean environment for the residents of the Federal Capital Territory.
The whole idea is to prevent open defecation in our society, because some of the problems occurring from open defecation we realize comes from lack of toilets. So this event is to draw attention to this problem.
The United Nations revealed that a staggering 3.6 billion people globally lack access to safely managed sanitation facilities. This year's theme, Toilet, a Place for Peace, underscores the urgency of addressing this issue. The Abuja Environmental Protection Board is working tirelessly to improve sanitation infrastructure and promote hygiene practices.
It is not good to note that in FCT here, we are facing open defecation. And as a result, we identified with this community so that we will educate them more.
Also, we want to tell you this way that there's no way we can take care of health without taking care of security. The moment we are fine, that's when we'll be able to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves also.
We are also happy as an organization that is involved in environmental safety, environmental health, to make sure that our communities, youths, and older ones all together are all hands on deck to make sure that we have a clean toilet and clean environment.
The federal government of Nigeria is taking steps to address sanitation challenges, aiming to end open defecation by 2025. The Abuja Environmental Protection Board urges residents to prioritize sanitation and hygiene practices, ensure a healthier and more sustainable environment for all. In Abuja, Asebe Williams, NTA News.
Similarly, as part of activities to commemorate the World Toilet Day, the management of Hypo Home Care Products is sensitizing residents to the need for a cleaner toilet for healthy living. Tess Homeri reports that the sensitization was held at the Garki Model Market in Abuja.
While commemorating the World Toilet Day, the management of Hypo Home Care Limited took the message of having clean toilets to traders and buyers, considering the significance of toilet to everyone, be you young or old, as the call of nature cannot be ignored.
That is where you set yourself free from the nature's call whenever it comes. So it's very, very necessary.
And if you don't use the toilet, you will never be comfortable.
The area marketing manager of Hypo in Abuja, Olusonya Rawlings, says the campaign is to support the drive by the federal government to end open defecation so as to reduce the spread of diseases by using only clean toilets.
We are here to mark World Toilet Day today. And we choose Gariki Market in order to touch lives and to educate people around, which we have done. We have sensitized people around on the dangers of open defecation and on the dangers of not having a proper, good hygiene toilet. The product is here, and we keep sharing the products for everyone because we want everyone to have a feel of the product and to form a habit of using this product in their respective homes.
Beneficiaries in Garki Market used the toilets for free and also got free toilet cleaners from the company, as well as an illustration of how to use the product for effective results.
You have to keep your toilet neat, especially this Hypo. Yesterday I used it to wash my toilet. It was very, very whitening.
This Hypo is a very, very important thing. I say thank you. May the Lord bless them and enrich them.
With this year's theme, Toilet, a Place of Peace, these stakeholders are calling on the public to maintain the peaceful nature of toilets by keeping them clean always. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
And talking sports, Greatness Sporting Football Club of Ebony is still elated as they emerge champions of the 10th Senate President Cup in Abuja. Sports correspondent Abdullahi Ajay reports that the 10-day grassroots football championship at the popular Old Parade Ground in Abuja was an opportunity to discover future football stars.
It was 10 days of grassroots talent hunt and encouragement to young football stars. The final was a hard-fought victory for Greatness Football Club of Ebonyi State, who defeated Qatar Football Academy of Maiduguri 7-6 on penalties at the 10th Senate President Cup. With every game, Greatness Football Club demonstrated a remarkable level of teamwork, strategy and sportsmanship. The tournament was filled with intense competitive matches with teams from across the country showcasing their skills and determination to win. However, it was Greatness Football Club who rose above the rest, thereby emerging champions of the 10th edition of the competition. The final match saw an array of dignitaries, including the representative of the Senate President, who commends the organizers of the competition.
We witnessed very thrilling and fierce competition. I am very happy to see the talents, young talents.
Organizers say the competition is aimed at harnessing young grassroots talents and preparing them for international competitions.
The essence of this competition first was to bring all the parts of the country together and let them compete as one. I believe that all these scouts that are here that have been able to identify some of the ones that they will market to the national team and to other teams in the respective states.
Every year we expect the youth of Nigeria to assemble in anywhere, any part of this country. It will be a continuous event. All the players selected here will be assembled so that they can go to abroad for possible contract signing and screening trials.
Stakeholders who described the outing as a success promised sustainability of the tournament as it will now be played annually, with winners smiling home with prizes. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajay, NTA News.
And with sports, we end the news at 1. Join us at 7 for more. I am Mariam George Jitubo.